G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of U-Boat on U-96. It's the 4th of March 1941 and we're heading back out on patrol. We're in the Atlantic Ocean today on patrol. Hopefully we're going to pick ourselves up some good convoys today. We didn't have much success last time out, but we did manage to sink quite a few things with the deck guns, so hopefully today we can get a bit more torpedo action going. That's what we're all about, trying to get the big tonnage down. Hopefully you're enjoying the series, so do leave a like and a comment on the video. Make sure you let me know that you're liking it or disliking it, whatever it is. And stay tuned and we'll get into it, and hopefully we're going to have a good outing. So a quick look at the map here today. There's our patrol sector out here just off the coast of Spain and Portugal. So hopefully we'll pretty much be guaranteed to find some good shipping around here. We've got an important message, and we have a hungry U-boat out there somewhere, so let's plot a course and we'll go and help those guys out. Hopefully they're not too far away. We'll give them what we need and we can get out there and try and sink something straight away or on the way. Alright, we are here, and here is our friendly U-boat. Let's just get close enough now that we can actually intercept it and send a guy over. So you jump onto the radio for us, send that message away, and we should just about be able to interact now. So we'll send, probably just need to send one person over here really, might as well send an officer and make that as quick as possible. And he welcomes us on the board and straight away asking us for the food. We'll give him the food, all good, and we're glad we could help, and we'll be on our way. We're out off hunting, and those guys are hopefully going to go back to port and get themselves sorted out, or hopefully not going to interfere with us hunting today. Okay, we picked ourselves up a lone freighter or something here on the hydrophone, so we're closing in to just see what it is, whether we need to stay under the surface or we can come up to the top. Would be nice if it was something juicy with torpedo action, but let's take a look and see. And it's just an Empire of some sort, so we'll surface up, we'll jump up onto the deck guns and we'll put this thing down, and we will continue patrolling around and try and pick ourselves up something else. Would be nice if there was a convoy or something around here, but if there's nothing in the patrol sector, then we'll just be going a little bit closer to the UK. We know there's good shipping lanes around there. Be able to find ourselves something today, no doubt. But we will close in here, jump up onto the deck gun. We'll try and make quick work of this thing, and then we can continue on. We'll just cruise alongside it at a nice slow pace and get the captain up here, start shooting it away. Oh, there we go. Looks like that's going to be enough to do the damage for us. So that Empire is going down. At least I think it's an Empire. It kind of looks like an Empire bell or something. So that's going to go down. Should be 4,000 or 5,000 tons. Off to a fairly good start, but we want to get out here and we're going to try and pick ourselves up a convoy or two. We have to clock up our kilometers, of course, before we can get moving out towards the shipping lanes near the UK. That's really where the big prizes are going to be. So we'll try and pick up some passengers here. We need to get those extra credit. We've only got one skill point. We're just about onto our second one, but we need 3 to get to be able to research a snorkel. That's pretty much what we're working towards at the moment as high priority. Once we get that snorkel, then we can be cruising alongside the bigger convoys constantly. At this stage we have to duck up and down above the water to get out of their sight to replenish our electric engines and the oxygen, of course. So I can't find any captains or officers here, but we'll just take whatever we can. We get that extra credit when we get back to the ports, and we'll get moving. We'll clock up a few kilometers, do a little bit of a funky patrol zone here, and hopefully we'll pick ourselves up a convoy in a little while, and we'll just keep bobbing up and down on the hydrophone and see if we can find something along the way. Alright, we got this decent convoy closing in. 18 ships, they're just coming into our range now. So let's take a quick look. We've got, looks like a couple of freighters, and there's a destroyer or something close to us. Let's work out the angle that they're heading first of all. So we'll grab our protractor and north to south to our line, and 54 degrees. Okay, so now we need to start picking out a target. And what are we going to go for first of all? Well, definitely not this guy flying a Norwegian flag. What have we got here? We've got a British Empire. Oh, that's going to be a deck gunner. How's that, a Swedish flag there? Not going to be attacking that thing. Where's all the big stuff? Oh, nice. Got a nice big tanker here. That's definitely going to be a high priority target. Not sure how we're going to approach everything just yet. I think we should let them move a little bit closer. Let's see what this thing on the outskirts is. We should probably try and get rid of this. It's a shame to waste a torpedo on a little corvette. 54 degrees is the heading, but yeah, I think we should try and get rid of this corvette, and that will open up the whole side of the convoy for us. If we can just zoom in and out right enough. Nice half moon there. So we'll have a look around. We'll get rid of this corvette, and that should take any other destroyers or little boats like that away from the convoy, and we can go underneath the convoy and maybe attack it from the other side. It's kind of how I think we should play it at this stage. So we need to recognize this. Go to corvette. That's you there. And such a small boat, it's actually going to be quite difficult to do a speed check on it. Maybe we should close the distance, let her move in as well. But I think so far, really it's only going to be the tanker that we want to be going for. Could probably let the rest of those guys cruise on. Unless we can find other big ships in here as well, then we could probably take those out. But we don't want to just be wasting all of our torpedoes taking down the destroyers. So we'll do a quick speed check here. We'll launch a torpedo away at this flower class, and maybe we'll think about an attack after that. Yeah, we'll stop the clock there. 6 knots. Perfect. And should be well within a torpedo range here. Let's just have a look. Yep, she is. So 1 torpedo should do the job for us. So let's get tube number 1 up and going, and we'll get that fired away, and hopefully it's going to do the business. Alright, we're back with the convoy. We've still got this tanker in our sights, but we are going to be going for this C3 cargo here. So we should lock on to that and get that recognized. And then we can launch away at that, and then we'll go back for that tanker at a secondary attack just in a little while. So let's see, I think they've slightly changed their course a little bit. So again, we'll just get up the tractor and have a little look. Yeah, so just over 60 degrees. So they've added about almost 10 degrees to what they were doing before. Must be heading on up towards the UK. So we'll do a quick speed check here on the C3, and then we'll get a couple of torpedoes loaded up and ready to go. And she is doing 6 knots. Perfect opportunity here. Quick distance check as long as she's within 5,000. She's good to go. So we'll launch up the 2 warmed up torpedoes there. Tube 2 and 3. Get that sent away, and hopefully this is going to do quite the number on the C3. Fire away. Well, I've been watching her for a little while, and it looks like the torpedoes must have gone amiss. Either that or they were 2 duds, so that's not very good. So we're going to have to do a quick check. I'm not sure if we got something wrong, maybe the speed, so we'll have another go and see if we can get a bit more success. Okay, she is doing 6 knots, so I'm not really sure what the problem was, but we're going to have to launch 1 warm and 1 cold torpedo. And that's going to be 4 torpedoes. Hopefully we'll get a hit this time. So let's get tube 1 and 2 fired away. Well, only the 1 hit on the C3. Not as ideal as I would have liked. That's 4 torpedoes sent and only 1 hit. So I'm wondering if maybe we had a few duds. It's the only explanation I could think of. I was aiming at the front of the boat though, and I don't know why we've hit at the back. Possible that we had the angle of travel the wrong. So maybe. But either way, we've got a hit on here and it's done about 50% damage. But these C3s are big tough girls, and normally it takes 2. So I'm not too sure, we might even have to send a 5th torpedo out. Just to make sure that the C3 goes down, because they're probably still going to be manning the deck guns that they have. So I don't think this fire is going to do us any more damage, unfortunately. She's probably just going to drift along at a couple of knots. Just a little bit slower than the convoy, if that would be ideal, and then we know that we can attack it quite easily. Okay, the damage has gone right down, so it looks like she's going to probably sit dead in the water. I can't imagine she's going to sink from this, but we may leave her to sit in the water and we will go away continuing with the convoy, because I really want to get that tanker sunk. That's going to be a good amount of tonnage for us. And we have lost visual, so that's no good, but we can put a few marks down somewhere around there and we'll get moving. All those destroyers and things are probably heading right for us, so we need to evade. The old evasive maneuvers. Electric batteries not looking too good right now either, so we just need to stay away from these guys, and we'll come back in for a fresh attack as soon as they've all calmed down again. Alright, we are back with them, and they are just coming into our visuals again, so we'll pick out the best target once more. And it will not be you, because you are a Norwegian. It will be you, the big tanker. Been looking for it. So let's get that thing all organised. We'll see what their direction is once more. Still feels kind of similar to what it was with that C3. I'll just have a quick look. and it's not. It's a little bit different. So maybe I did have it wrong on that C3. That would make sense. But I'm still convinced that we also had a couple of duds, so not too sure about that. But it is a nice daytime attack right now for this tanker. There's a big enemy warship over there as well. We do not want to be tangling with that too much. So let's lock on. She's pretty far away, but we can get some of this recognition all sorted out. So it's got a stack in the middle, 2 cranes, and the funnels are all at the back of the boat. Looks like an O class to me, or an OL class, however you say that. So course wise 54. Distance is probably a little bit too far. Yeah, 2.5 kilometers too far, so we should let them close in on us a little bit, and we should probably move forward ourselves. I think we want to get that distance down to around about 3 or 4 kilometers would be good. Hopefully there's no warships too close to us anymore. Shouldn't be after we took out one of them, but we'll just move slowly towards this tanker, and she looks well within range now of a torpedo, so we should do a good speed check here. Again, we'll double check our distance and we'll get loaded up and fire it away. And we'll stop the clock there. 6 knots, perfect. Double check our distance. And she's just under 5 kilometers, but that's perfect. She'll be more like 4 kilometers by the time these torpedoes hit. So 2 torpedoes should do the damage for us. So tube 2 and 3, flooded and fire. Okay, a bit more success there with our tanker, and yep, just as I thought, the health is not looking good at all, and we got some explosions. Would have been nice to see that at night. She would have lit the skies up, but as it is, she is going to burn pretty much straight away and go down. So that's a fair bit of tonnage there. Yep, that's just completed the 7,000 ton requirement. That ship alone would have done it, by the way, but we do have a C3 as well, and we've already sunk 1 Empire, so we do have quite a few tons under our belt now, but there's still plenty more to do. Still got some kilometers that we need to clock up, and I'm thinking that I'm probably going to leave this convoy alone now because it's got a lot of neutral ships in it, and we may go and finish that C3, and then we'll pursue and try and find ourselves another decent sized convoy to attack. But I think it's just best to let the rest of those move on. Otherwise we're wasting torpedoes mainly on destroyers. Well, that should be the end of the C3. Took a few shots, but she should go down quite easily now. She doesn't look like she's sinking. So there's another 7,000 tons. So we're going to go off and we'll get a few kilometers clocked up here. And if we can find another convoy in between here and the rest of our kilometers, then we will attack. But if we can't find a convoy, we will head up on towards the UK a bit more, try and get into those good shipping lanes between the UK and the US. So we'll get you back down on the hydrophone there. back down to PD. Okay, and we've got a convoy there, which is okay. Pretty happy with that. Maybe we'll start tracking and just keep moving. Do have a lot of kilometers still left to do in the zone, but if we can pick up a couple of more kills, it would be good. So maybe we should start heading towards that and pursue it. I think that looks like it's heading north. Yes, it is. So I might not be able to catch that quick enough. But there we go. Okay, they should just be coming into a roundabout visual just now. There we go. We've got the couple of lead ships straight away. Pretty large convoy here. We should definitely have a good look at it, see what we can pick out. A couple of destroyers that might need to be dealt with first. Probably 100% need to be. Oh, we've got a C3 here as well, so we could take a toe poke at that and try and avoid the destroyers. Got an Empire there. Don't want to be wasting torpedoes on that. Again, another Empire. Not to use torpedoes. Quite a few of them actually so far. So it kind of looks like C3 is going to be target number 1. And actually heaps of Empires in here, so there's a fair bit of tonnage. But we want to try and... I don't even know if I'm going to have enough torpedoes to deal with all of those destroyers. So let's see what angle they're heading on. Pretty tight angle. Yeah, about 16 degrees. So I think the method here is going to be to try and attack the C3 stealthily. And then we'll maybe have to back away from the convoy and come in and attack some destroyers in a little while. Maybe wait for the daytime. Or maybe just see how it goes, but at the moment I think the best option would be to target that C3 just in case we're running low on torpedoes. So there's a destroyer over there. Don't want to be going for that. Got a really poor angle of attack here anyway as it is. So let's get this recognized. There's a C3. Heading is 16. Distance is probably a little bit far. Just a bit. But we can do our quick speed check here. And we can wait for it to close in and do our attack when it's under 5 kilometers. And we'll stop the clock there. 7 knots. Perfect. That is not too bad at all for an attack. Maybe we'll just let them move in a little bit closer. Oh no, this isn't good. Oh, this is going to disrupt our attack majorly here. We better dive down. And we should probably move away. Yeah, they're starting to freak out. It's too risky to send torpedoes away. When it's like this, we'll have to back away and try and come from another angle. But hopefully we're doing this might get those destroyers to get out of the way. So we'll let them run on. And maybe we'll come back, chase them down a little bit later. I just don't think it's going to be an easy time to attack that. So we'll get back up to the surface. We'll keep moving. I think we'll finish up our kilometers in the patrol sector and then we'll try and find ourselves something else out in the open waters. So that's a little bit unfortunate there. I was quite hoping to get a few thousand tons out of that. Well, we've done our kilometers, but we have found ourselves a lone tanker here in the waters. So we will use the deck gun to take care of this. And while we're on our way back towards the ports, we can start looking at trying to capture ourselves another convoy or so on the way home, just to use up the last of the torpedoes. Or if we can find more lone ships just like this, then we'll try and go for those as well, just using the deck gun. Well, there we go, that's what we want to see. She is lighting up the sky very nicely. So that is another ship down, another nice big one, a good tanker. She's going to go down onto the bottom, and we've done our kilometers like I said, so we're going to have to just keep on moving around and see if we can pick up any stray convoys, just to see if we can get that extra ships down before we go back to the ports. We don't want to go back too early because we need to get as many of these skill points as possible before heading back, so we've got to make the most of every outing. Now, we have been plotting a course for a convoy. I don't know if we're going to be able to... Yeah, there it is, down there. So we are going to boost on up ahead of it, get ourselves into a good position, and we'll try and attack the best ships that we have available. So it might be better if we get onto the surface and just get on over there as quickly as possible. Okay, here they are, coming into range. It looks like they've changed course slightly. Wasn't expecting them to come from behind us, but that's okay. We are turned around and ready. So let's just let them close in a little bit more. Can't see any destroyers just yet. That might be a good thing for us, but our guy on the hydrophone, he is going to need a couple of cups of coffee just to keep himself awake while we do this attack, and then he can have a nice rest after. So you actually need to be on the hydrophone, not the radio, so we can keep an eye on what's coming. So let's start taking a look through, pick out the best target. So that's a C3, but she's flying a Spanish flag, and we don't have the luxury of being able to check on that, but we do have a C3 flying a British flag here, so we can probably have a go at that. And what else do we have in here? Probably a couple of Empires. We want the big juicy ones though. Now we have another SS Perry James Tice again. Tell you, the amount of times I've sunk that boat, you must think I'm just playing over and over on repeat. But it is what it is, so let's see what angle they're doing. So north to south to our line, drag it left, and it's 104, so we take 104 away from 360, and that leaves us 256 degrees is their heading, so we'll let them close in a little bit more. Make sure that we're all set, and we will pick out one of these C3s that are not flying the Spanish flag. But there is actually no destroyers so far, but that Spanish C3 will be armed, and I would expect it would shoot the deck guns if we were to surface up and start shooting some of the Empires or something like that. So I'm not really too sure that we want to be engaging with that, and we definitely won't have enough torpedoes to sink all three of these C3s here. But we will have enough to do some damage on at least one of them, maybe two. So we'll just see what that is. That's 256 degrees is your heading, C3 cargo. Distance wise, hopefully within range now of a torpedo. She is, so we'll do a quick speed check, and then we'll get 2 torpedoes launched up and ready to go. Okay, and we'll stop the clock right there. 5 knots, perfect. And I'm thinking, because we don't have that many torpedoes left, I know we've got a full stack of them here, but we may as well actually lock on and see if we can take 2 C3s down at the same time. That would probably be the ideal situation, rather than having to come back in for second and third attacks. So we'll just quickly do all of the solution for that. 256 distance. As long as it's within 5,000 meters, she should be good to go. And I think the speed was 5 knots. It's quite hard to line her up there actually. There's actually not much difference at all in distance from us between the two C3s. So yeah, it was 5 knots. So I think we should pretty much just go for it with both of them. Fire on that one straight away. And then we'll move around and should load up 2 more torpedoes and get those in the water as quickly as possible before the others hit and this thing starts freaking out. So just double check on the distance, just a little bit roughly. Perfect. And 2 torpedoes to go. And hopefully we'll have 2 hits here and all 4 torpedoes are going to get to where they need to be. Okay, looks like we just got the 1 hit here on this C3. So 2 torpedoes launched at her and only 1 hit, but it looks like it's done quite a bit of damage. Let's just check on our other one. It's saying we had a miss there. So we got this British C3 here, 20 seconds to impact. Not too sure how likely it's going to be because she would already be doing evasive maneuvers, because we hit the SS Perry James quite a little bit of time ago there. So I think this Empire here is probably going to manage to evade, which is unfortunate. But the SS Perry James, she is in a bit of trouble here. She has got no health left and just a little bit of water to take on. So at least we got something out of this. And we'll probably have to finish her up with the deck gun, I would imagine, but we'll let the rest of the convoy cruise on. And I don't think we're going to get lucky enough with any of our other torpedoes. They could end up going for something, but yeah, they fizzed out just over 5 kilometers. So that's unfortunate, but we will move in towards... there is an escort for this convoy. Oh well, we'll just go around wide. It's not really anything to be worried about too much, but we don't really want to have a surface engagement with anything that can kill us, so we'll just swing around the back of the C3 here, jump up onto the deck gun and take care of that. We'll get that down and we'll see how the boat's looking. If we are in a no good situation, we may have to just head back to the port and rearm, collect any medals and try and get back out here as quickly as possible. Okay, there goes SS Perry James once more. So we will cruise on, we'll leave the rest of that convoy to just go, and we'll keep moving back towards port. And we'll see if we can pick ourselves up any other lone tankers or freighters. And if we can't, then we'll just head on back to the port. Alright, we're back on the March the 15th. So Klaus gets some points for helping out the U-boat with the food earlier. And we are a little bit closer to our next medal. So we've done the 50,000 tons in the happy place. What are we up to? 70, nearly 79,000. That's not bad at all. Hopefully on the next one we can make that over 100,000. And what have we got? So we did sink 41,000 tons. That's not bad at all. Oh, that was a tanker, that first thing. I thought that was an Empire. But here's a list of what we did. We did all the objectives and some more. That's going to wrap up the episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. And let me know that you're enjoying the series or not enjoying it, whatever it may be. But we're going to just restock the boat here. We'll get back out on patrol as quickly as possible. So I'll see you in the next episode.